need to make some coffee. Wait. What are you looking at my butt? Stop looking at my butt. Hey, stop looking at my butt. Why are you being weird? Let me get on. Let me get on here before Gino. I don't know if anybody is actually gonna watch. Wait. I don't know if anybody. But I figured since I was up, I might as well talk to somebody. What y'all doing this morning? I'm gonna make some coffee. The word of the day is Magpahinga. Magpahinga. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not. Magpahinga. Basically, it means relax. I should have put this in before the water. Let's get the water going. Let's see if anybody shows up. Doing a little test because I was getting a bunch of comments from people, so I figured, well, if everybody's up wanting to talk to me, let me just get live and just talk to everybody all at once. Not mixing. Tastes good. I figured out. Hey, Amy. Yeah, I'm gonna have some morning coffee. I thought I saw that you were on a live stream and you were sleeping. My goodness. Let me get my hat on. I need to wait. What are you looking at? Hey, what are you looking at down there? Why are you being weird? And trying to look at my junk. Yeah, I woke up early. I was started having like a bunch of comments on videos, and I was answering. Like I try to answer like all the comments, and my man David, yeah, I was just up early, and like I kept getting comments, and from David and Bill Meyer and Scott, and I said, well, hell, if I'm gonna just keep typing comments back and forth, I just get on live and just talk to everybody. Yes, that was me. Yeah, I know. I was. Well, but see, it wasn't just you that was commenting on videos. There was like 3 or 4 people. So I was like, well, hell, if I'm gonna sit here and like type responses to all this, like, I just get on live and we'll talk out. Did you and actually, like, whenever whenever I was responding to one of your comments, like, I tickled myself, and it was so appropriate, because I didn't even think about it at the time, David. I was, you know, talking about, getting off the wall, and the quote from A Few Good Men came in my head. That Jack Nicholson said, and I was like, "What's his character in the movie?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Colonel Nathan Jessup." I said, I'm fixing to use a quote from a Jessup to a Jessup." You want me in that hammock. You need me in that hammock. Kuma, hey Ray, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, Kuma. Morning, John C. Yeah, like I said, I was tickled that I was responding to David Jessup with a quote from Nathan Jessup about your watch being over. Get off that wall. It's like it's time to relax in a hammock. That's what the word of the day is, and I done forgot the damn word. Yes. What was the word? Mahinga. I think that's how it was pronounced. Mahinga means relax. And mahalana, or wait, is that right? Mahalana means like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Like, just relax, take everything as it comes. It's not that serious. If you're in the Philippines, get you a cup of coffee. Think about all the shit you're not going to do today. If you're in the U.S., well, it's after. It should be after work for those of y'all still working. Crack open a beer and cheers, or just say here at the guy. Because you deserve to be relaxed. You deserve to just chill out. David said, "I hope to get the tubes out tomorrow." That's awesome, David. Hamdi Signer, I am Turkish. Can I come to America, greatest country on earth? Like that's up to immigration. like I'm no longer in the U.S. I live in the Philippines now. Hey, Philip. Ray, how are you? I'm doing good, Philip. Uh, like like I said, I woke up this morning and uh, I started seeing uh, like messages from different people. Wait, hey, come here. That'd be weird this morning. Seeing messages from different people, about the live streams I did yesterday. That a lot of people missed my live stream, and so I was kept responding to messages, and I was like, you know what? If I'm a respond to all these messages, I might as well just get on a live stream, let them join the live stream, and we can chat in the live stream instead of texting back and forth in the in the message area on YouTube. Of course, that helps with engagement, but I don't think I'm going to get like a lot of views on a replay of a live stream. I'd rather just do another live stream and talk to y'all in person. Bama's here. Good morning, Bama. You hungover? I'm just messing with you. Wait, I need to go shut that door. I don't want to let the smoke all going out here. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Bama. David's in the hospital. Uh, he was. I don't know if you had heard. He was stabbed during an attempted home invasion, and I believe like what was it, David? Two of the would-be home invaders paid with their life, and the other one lost a leg, and David wasn't messing around. Uh, but he got stuck by one of the sneaky ones, and we were talking about it's time to stop guarding the wall. Come over here and lay in a hammock. Uh, Philip said, yes, I did live stream of my day of my workout. Okay, Philip, did I not see that? Hold on. I need to see. I am subscribed, but I didn't see. Hold on. I see shorts, playlists, and posts. You did a live stream? Why am I not seeing a live stream? Philip, on your channel, I'm only seeing like shorts. And where I watch the shorts, okay. John C, what's the weather like in Tagayatay? Well, it is pretty much every morning is about the same. In Tagayatay, it's like foggy. Right? Normally, after a few hours, like the fog will lift. But normally, every morning, more often than not, that it gets a little bit foggy in the morning. And then, what are you doing over there? Hey, get back over here. Why are you being difficult today? Let's see. I heard about someone, but didn't know who. Glad you're okay, David. It's crazy. Yeah, and David, Scott was asking would the VA pay for your medical bills, hospital bills? And I said, hell, the state of Arizona or the city of Phoenix ought to pay the medical bills, uh, considering how they did you. What, what's high temp today? Humid? Uh, no, not too humid. Let's see what the weather is gonna be here. Right, currently it is. Come on, wait for it to update. It is 70 degrees, partly cloudy. Uh, Expecting a little bit of rain between 9 a.m. and 11. It should clear up with a high of 81 around noon. Then it'll be 81 pretty much all day, and then it'll start cooling back down around 4 p.m. Uh, it says a few morning showers, high in the low 80s, and lows in the low 70s. So that's what we're looking. That's what we're looking like today for weather. I guess if you're asking, is it going to be humid? Well, if it's going to be, it probably won't be a heavy rain. It'll be like it was yesterday. It's just like a drizzly rain. Philip said, you know where I have been trouble with my Filipina, but yeah, she's going through my account, and but anyway, I fixed that problem. See her erase everything, but it's okay. Okay, yeah, because you said, but you said you did a live. Wait, I did a live stream of my workout, but I didn't see. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I if that was today, then it probably hasn't uploaded yet. But I was probably you might have been working out before I was awake. And it just hasn't uploaded yet. But I'll look for that live stream. David said, I won't pay anything, only in pain. I will pay, but I have had more pain than this. Yeah, yeah, I figured with that whole situation, like, uh, there was no way that you would be responsible for any bills. Like the police department like totally mishandled that, and I don't know how. Like I don't, you know. I guess I'll wait, till we're in person and talk about it. But like I don't know how inept like a police officer could be if someone said they got stabbed. Like they're not a doctor. They can't just look at say, oh, that doesn't look bad. You don't need to go to the hospital. Like that was just crazy. The story that he told me that like if someone tells you they were stabbed, you know, you got to take them at their word and take them to the hospital. That's, that's I don't understand like what those cops were thinking. That as soon as I can fly, I'm out of here to there. I hear you, and yeah, make sure you got like you know, all the clearances, and make sure like tell your doctors there at the hospital, before you release it, look, I'm planning on flying soon. Is that going to be a problem? Like I don't know, like how like altitude affects internal injuries, and I'm no doctor, but just make sure that like everything's gonna be cool flying over, because that would be terrible. Have something happen in the middle of a 12-hour flight or however long uh, the flight would be. You know, if you take a direct from either LAX or San Francisco on Philippines Airlines, and it's not a bad flight. I think it's about 11 hours, and it's direct to Manila. Like, I had that flight before, and that was by far the easiest trip from the U.S. to here that I've taken, was from LAX to here. Also, this last time I came back, like all the problems were with getting out of the States. Like the original flight that I had was canceled because I was supposed to fly to South Korea and then in, but the connecting flight from South Korea, Philippines got canceled. Or no, the flight to South Korea got canceled. So anyway, I ended up having to get rerouted up to Vancouver and then straight over. And that wasn't bad. But any flight from the West Coast straight to the Philippines is like the way I would go. Like it makes it so much easier when you just have, you know, one flight, and you know you're here. Because after, you know, when you have a connecting flight, like when you've already been on a plane for, you know, 11, 12 hours, however long it is, like the last thing that you want to do is be thinking about catching the next plane. Like by that time you should be like, I'm done with planes. I don't need any more planes in my life today. But let's see. And y'all, hey, y'all tell me if Gino comes on while I'm on. I normally don't, but I'm on here before Gino, and as soon as he starts his live stream, I'll end mine. But I'm pretty sure on this phone. Do I have notifications on this phone? Let's see. Magpahinga. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. Oh, let me put notifications on. There we go. There, now. Now I'll be ready. Gino comes on. But yeah, I actually got out of my funk yesterday. Like I was in a bit of a funk for a few days, like 3 or 4 days. I just like, you know, just didn't feel motivated to do anything, and you know, it was like different than my lack of motivation, where like, you know, I'm just want to chill out and relax. This was like, I don't know, I was just too lazy to relax. I don't know. I just didn't, I was out of sorts. I don't know what was going on with me, but I mean, it's happened, you know, a few times in my life where it's like, I don't view it as like, I'm not depressed. I'm just like doing little things seems like overwhelming. I don't know if anybody's ever felt like that, but I started to come out of it uh, like day before yesterday, like in the evening, and then yesterday, like you know, uh, like swept, took garbage out, did all the dishes, cleaned the counters, and just a lot of housework, and I felt better, like it's getting stuff done. Uh, I don't know where. I don't know where, buddy. Wait. Uh, David said, "I know you were in a funk because I was not around." That's exactly right, David. Like I didn't have you to keep me cheered up. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Oh. I might depending on when you can actually fly out. Uh, I don't know when you don't know when the exact date is, but like I know I'm supposed to be in the province, uh, Oriental Mindoro, sometime around mid-November. Uh, my girlfriend's mom's birthday, Nene's birthday, is the 17th. So I'm going down there for her birthday. Uh, John C. Need a girlfriend to keep you busy. I have a girlfriend, but she's not here right now. She's a she's a caregiver for an autistic boy uh, up towards Manila, and but I think she's gonna be uh, quitting that job soon because the boy's father is like a compulsive gambler, and like he's always late with paying her, or pays her like a little bit, and I'll catch up later kind of thing, and then on top of that, like the autistic boy is like 15, and he's a big boy for a Filipino, or for a Filipino at 15. He's almost as tall as she is, and she said he's like aggressive. I guess part of his autism, but he gets aggressive. And she gets bruises and everything. So, hey Sarge, what's going on, Daniel? Um, yeah, I'm just a placeholder. I've got my notifications on. As soon as Gino comes on, I'll be ending this live stream. But like I said, I was up this morning and I was getting a lot of comments on my live streams from yesterday. So I decided, well, I'm just gonna go on live, and like everybody that's in my comments, like they just talk to me. Be easier to answer. It's me, Dia. Hello from India, Mr. Ray, sir. Hey, it's me. Uh, Dia. Is that your name, Dia? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Dia. Yeah, I just got on here this morning. Uh, you may call me Dia. Okay, and I am pronouncing that correctly, Dia. Uh, and Daniel, I don't know if you heard about David, uh, like getting stabbed in a home invasion. He's in the hospital right now, and like I'm doing everything in my power to cheer him up. Like the Philippines is on the horizon. Like I know that's you know, helping his spirits more than anything I could say. Dia said, "How are you doing, sir? It's my first time here." Well, I appreciate you being here, Dia. What part of India are you from? And if you don't mind me asking, like, what do you do? What is what is your life like there in India? I've never been. It's on my radar. Like maybe one day I'll go after I, you know, finish visiting different places in the Philippines. Like I'll branch out and go to some different places. Dash Frost says Jankum. I don't know what Jankum is. That sounds like I'm not gonna say what that sounds like. It sounds uh, Dash Frost is laughing. Jankum. Uh, I don't know what that means. Like I know it's something. You know, if you have something that's kind of like suspect or cheaply made or something, you say that's just janky. I heard janky. I was like, that's some janky ass shit. But I never heard jankum. Dash Frost skateboard magazine. Okay. Well, Dash, look at me. I'm old AF. Like my skateboard days are way behind me. Dia said, I'm from South India, the city. I'm living in Bangalore, and I'm a working person, sir. Okay. What about you? I do not work. I finished working. I am retired in the Philippines and just relaxing, enjoying my life. That's why I said that, like I said, the the topic of today's live stream was Magpahinga. Magpahinga. I always get the pronunciation of that wrong. Magpahinga. I need a Filipina in here to correct my grammar. But basically that just means relax. And Mahalana. Mahalana is just whatever happens, happens. Just take everything as it comes. Daniel says, these last few months are pure hell, LOL. Holy shit. Thanks for the update. Send David my best. Last night, finally meet with new buyer at my units. Awesome. So you're like starting to get everything wrapped up. I know that, like I know whenever, you know, it was getting close for time for me to finally leave for the Philippines for good, especially like that last month, like it just seemed to drag by. Like that like every day was like a week. Like I just wanted the day to be over, to get to the next day. Let's hurry up. Dia, so that's very nice. I hope you enjoy your retirement. I am so far, Dia. Like it's, you know, I have the type of attitude, like you just relax, take life as it comes. Don't get stressed about anything. Been losing some weight. Like I'm down around my target weight. So feeling good in that respect. Hopefully after this live stream it won't start raining right away and I can get my walking in, because it was raining pretty much all day yesterday, so I didn't get a walk yesterday. Ray is working at finding a good hammock and a good beer. Yeah, it's a full-time job. Like, you know, like I always say, you know, there's unoccupied hammocks all over the Philippines, and like somebody needs to fill those hammocks. Like, those hammocks need a purpose, and I need a purpose. So we can work together, have a collaborative effort with with my unoccupied butt in that unoccupied hammock. I can just lay in there, and everything is right with the world. Like, the hammock's filled, and I'm fulfilled. Okay, David. Yep. No, David's right. Like I take it easy. Like I'm. There's a lot of people, and like I'm not criticizing anybody. Like, that's just some people's mindset. But there's people, even people still in the U.S. that like think about coming to the Philippines, and they get it in their mind, you know, or I start asking questions like, what kind of business could I open in the Philippines? And I'm like, why the hell do you want to come to the Philippines and have the stress of like a job or work or, you know, running a business or any of that? Like, I know that's a lot. There's some people that have that mindset, but me, no. Like, I just wait. Dia said, actually, I'm a bit disturbed. I'm not getting sleep, and here in India, the time is 4 a.m., so I just joined here. I don't know a good, like, here's, you know what I do, Dia? Because I have problems sometimes sleeping. But uh, I'll go on YouTube and find, like, some boring history. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm interested in history, but I'll listen to like a video of like something that happened in World War II, or I was listening to like the Opium Wars in China, between China and Britain, and like all the history that was involved in that. But just lay there and turn it on, close your eyes, and just listen to the story. Or if you can find like a good like book on audio, like Audible or Odyssey or something, where you can have someone like reading you a book, and just close your eyes and just listen, and because a lot of times, like, not going to sleep is you got too much going on in your mind. Your mind's still busy. And when you're listening to someone else talk, it takes your mind off of your thoughts, and you're processing other thoughts, and eventually you'll fall asleep. Uh, John C., I have a problem sleeping sometimes. I'll just read till I fall asleep. Yeah, I agree with that, John. But I've got uh, like books on audio, like in my Kindle and on Audible, and like there are times when I'm having trouble sleeping, like I'll put a book on, and just helps me fall asleep. Because like actively reading, like you got to have a light on, and you got to do something. I like to just listen to the book with the lights off. It relaxes me. That and nature documentaries, like anything that David Attenborough narrates, it puts me to sleep like that. Like, there's something about David Attenborough's voice, the guy from BBC Earth and like all those nature documentaries. He's talking about, the gazelles grazing and the Serengeti or whatever he's talking about. Like, his voice just knocks me out. Daniel, this buyer stood me up 3 times, and last night was 6 hours late. 3 times. I had to load and unload my truck. When he showed up and got only brought $40, only bought $40 of stuff after telling me to, yeah, they're just jerking you around. There's people that do like, they're inconsiderate and about other people's time. Like, it, it, it seems like, type person feels like he's doing you a favor by, getting a bargain, $40 worth of stuff. Like, your time's valuable. Dia said, "That's very nice advice. Thank you, sir." And John too. Yeah, Dia. Like, you just got to relax your mind. Like, um, I don't know if, like, a lot of times, stress keeps me, used to keep me up, and like, you just, whatever's going on in your life, Dia, everything's gonna be okay. Like, you've went through stuff before and everything turned out okay. So just turn off your mind. Let tomorrow take care of itself. Like, it's going to be what it's going to be. There's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well close your eyes, drift off to sleep, and wake up refreshed and ready to handle whatever the day brings to you. Hey, Jogo Wonder. Good morning. Good morning, Jogo. And if y'all aren't subscribed to Jogo's channel, then let's see. Then go subscribe. Because he's a great guy. He's got a very positive attitude. He's I'm not gonna say he's like me. I think he might be even more positive than me. John says, "Hey to Joe, yeah, sure, John. Usually I listen to music and then I fall asleep. This time that didn't work out." Yeah, having insomnia can be rough. Like, you've got to just, like I said, switch off your mind, and music's good, but I always prefer, like, someone speaking. Like I said, either like a documentary on history or a documentary on nature, and with someone that's narrating that has like a soothing voice, and just listen and fall asleep. Happy, it works for me. Jogo said, "I usually buy my subscribers." I don't believe that, Joe. You're an awesome guy, and uh, I've been subscribed since before you were monetized. So I think it's taken me just a little bit longer than it did you. Well, a lot longer. I think you made it in like a month and a half or some crazy stuff. It's been about 4 months for me. Dia, you're awesome at finding things, sir. I hope everything will be all right. Yeah, everything's gonna be good, Dia. Like, and I hope I see you again in the live stream. Hopefully, not at 4 a.m. where you're not able to sleep. Hopefully, this isn't my normal time for doing live stream. It would be about 4 p.m. in India when I normally do my live stream. And I have a lot of Indian viewers for my live streams. So I hope to see you like on a live stream when you're awake and feeling good. Daniel, I also listen, watch nature stuff to help me chill out and fall asleep. Yeah, like the BBC Earth series with David Attenborough. it took me uh, probably a good month to watch that whole series because like every time I would start watching an episode, like by halfway through, like I'd be sound asleep. So I'd have to figure out where I was and start from that point, and then I may not get to the end of that episode, I'd fall back asleep. So it took me a while to finish watching it, but because I find it fascinating. Like nature's fascinating to me, but something about David Attenborough's voice just knocks me out every time. Uh, David's Joseph said, "I am Ray's first member. I don't know if I am his only member." Yep. As far as yeah, David. As far as I know, you are only my only member subscriber, and I'm. I was laughing the other day. I was like, I think did I say it on? I know I don't know if I said it out loud, but you know, people talk about making like members only content. Yeah, I don't make members only content. I make David only content. Like all my members only content is just for David. Dia said, maybe next time I can't join. Usually I will sleep at 11:30 p.m. Only a few times will I be awake at this time. So, no, that's what I'm saying, Dia. Like this isn't the normal time that I do my live stream. I normally do my live stream. For you, it would be around 4 p.m. in India. That's why I said I get a lot of Indian viewers because it's right around 4 p.m. in India when I do my live stream. It's 6 p.m. in the Philippines. So hopefully I'll see you on one of those. If you like, I'm not begging or anything, but if you want to subscribe and put on like the notifications, then like you'll see when I go live, it'll be around 4 p.m. your time. David just get him more members, people. David's lonely in the members VIP lounge. the I call it the VID lounge, the very important David lounge. Oh, y'all gonna start fussing at me. I don't like because Dia said, "Then sure, see you next time." I appreciate you, Dia, and like I appreciate you being here right now, but I want you to leave this live stream. I want you to, unless you just find my voice very soothing, and then you can just close your eyes and I'll keep talking to you while you fall asleep. But if not, then find something, like I said, boring or hopefully I'm not boring, but something that'll soothe you and put you to sleep. You need to get some sleep, Dia. McLovin, what's up, Ray? What's up, McLovin? McLovin, remind me where you're at. Like I've seen you on Ugly Tourist site, but I can't remember where you're at. Wait. Daniel said, think you missed a few messages. What, did I? Let me, hold on, wait. Man, oh, Dia said, may I subscribe to your channel if you don't mind? Absolutely, Dia, I missed that one. And yeah, Daniel, I said, talking about nature stuff, I started rambling about David Attenborough, and I missed Dia asking if I could subscribe. I think that's the only message I missed, unless YouTube deleted something. Okay, bye, sir. Good night. Take care. Good night, dear. Like, have a good restful sleep. Uh, I appreciate you showing up. Uh, I hope like everything's good in your life. You can relax, go to sleep. Everything's gonna be okay. It'll be there in the morning. McLovin, 30 days I will be in Los Angeles making the big move. Oh, be in Angeles. Oh, so Angeles City. That's awesome. I was just talking about it earlier, McLovin. Like that last month before I knew I was coming for good, I just drug on. Like it was terrible. We'll live stream my travel from U.S. to Philippines. Let's see. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm subscribed to. All right. I got notifications on. All right, McLovin. I'll be with you on your live stream when you're traveling. Frank. Whoa, McLovin Brave. Oh, what? Live streaming the travel? Yeah, I don't know how the signal will be. What, like, you'll have Wi-Fi in the airport. You'll lose it some, like, when you take off. You might have to, like, restart on airplane Wi-Fi. McLovin, I'd be curious to know, like how airplane Wi-Fi is for live streaming. Like, I wonder if they use Starlink. What's going on, Frank? I haven't seen you in a while, Frank. Well, I mean, I haven't seen you ever, but like, other than like posted on your video shorts. I was like, I hope everything's going good with Frank. I know you've been dealing with like the whole dengue situation over there, and was it Y or Z that was in the hospital? I think it was Z. Hope she's doing better. I saw you had like a movie night, so I'm assuming that she is. Let's see. Jogo owes me a quarters. A what? What does Joe owe you? McLovin, hardest thing is selling the firearms. Yeah, I can understand that. I don't know, maybe like I wouldn't let that hold you up though. Like surely you got some relatives or something. It's like hold on to these, and that's what I did with a lot of my stuff. Like I had a lot of like tools and my work van. I did HVAC, and I got to the point. I was like, just left it with my brother and my sister, and said, y'all get what you can, and I'll be happy. I didn't care. McLovin, you and I both will find out about plane Wi-Fi. Yeah, and see that'll be hard to do unless you're going to be in first class, because if you were constantly talking for a live stream, like I think the other passengers might kind of get upset. I don't know. On like a 11-hour flight, there's people sleeping. Frank said, you won't need any here, McLovin. Yeah, you won't need any guns. I was just telling Frank, I don't know if you know David Jessup, but he was taking care of a buddy's house in Arizona. He's going to be coming soon to the Philippines, but he got stabbed during a home invasion, and people people breaking in, trying to break in the buddy's house because his buddy had a bunch of guns and they were trying to steal the guns. But that didn't work out so well for the home invaders because, like, David Jessup was a Marine. Or I say was, I keep saying was. Like, David, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. Like, it's just, unless you're a politician or a debt collector. Well, you can't be a politician here. I wouldn't want to be well, I don't know. Politicians here have fat stacks. Just all kinds of pesos. Rank and File says, I get no comments ever. What do you mean no comments? Like, I comment all the time on your shorts. I don't know. Like, when's the last time you done a live stream, Frank? I told you whenever you did a live stream with me, I thought that would kickstart you, get you back into the live stream pool. The water's fine. Come on in. Talk to us. We miss you, Frank. Talk to us, Frank. McLevin said, only time I will come back to the U.S. is in June to sign my pension papers, since I can't sign them till I'm 55. Okay. Yeah, that's whenever I came over here, when I was 55. But it's good that you're able to come over here that early. Like, a lot of people like always say, I wish I would have came to the Philippines sooner. So, like, good on you for making that happen. Oh, I'm definitely spoiling myself and getting a one-way first class ticket. Awesome. Yeah. If I had the money, I would splurge too. Like, I never have that much money to get a first class ticket. But yeah, depending on how the plane's set up. Like, normally the first class seats might be kind of isolated, and that would be ideal if you were doing a live stream. But yeah, the only time I'm going back to the U.S., and, like, I hate to say it, but someone dies. Like, if one of my family members, I have to go back for a funeral. That's the only reason I would go back to the U.S. They're just a Green Beret 18Z or 18Z. I don't know how you would pronounce that. Scott said, "Hey, big deal." Yeah, Scott, you were one of the reasons I started this live stream. I was fielding comments from you and David and Bill Meyer. Like, it was all like commenting on my live streams from yesterday, and I was, normally I respond to every comment I get. So I was just constantly responding, having whole conversations like in the comment section. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go on live stream and, like, y'all talk to me on here. Make it easier for everybody. Lynn, good morning. Super Guapo. You live stream early. Yeah, Lynn, like I said, I woke up around 5 or 5:30. And like I said, I was getting a lot of comments on my videos from yesterday. And so I decided, well, I'll just get on the live stream. It's probably going to be ending pretty soon. I'm surprised I haven't got a notification that Gino's on yet. As soon as Gino starts his live stream, then I'll end this one. because I don't want to overlap on Gino's live stream. Plus, I like waking up with Gino. Scott said I was live around 2 p.m. 2 p.m. yesterday. Wait a minute, or 2 p.m. Oh, you're over in. Wait, Scott, you're in Maryland. Is it Maryland? Yeah, East Coast time. So I was dead asleep during that. Good morning, Ray. David, how you feeling? Yeah, he's talking about David Jessup. David is feeling anxious, wants to get out of there. Yes, Maryland. Yeah. Let's see. Wait, am I subscribed on this one too? Yeah, I am. And I've got the notification bell on. Let's see. Streamed 3 hours ago. Okay. Well, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, whenever you're streaming, I'm probably asleep. But I try and watch the replays, because like you do like shorter live streams. Scott, hey David, Army brother here. Yeah, and if I never said it, thanks for service, Scott. I'm Navy. All we need. Well, see, Gino hasn't started his live stream. We got. Let's see, David was Marines. You're Army. I was Navy. We was named an Air Force guy. That's Gino. Yeah, about 20 or 30 minutes. So we'll get the Air Force guy up and about here in a little bit. We'll have all the armed forces represented. We don't count the Coast Guard. I think. Wait, because didn't they switch? Like, I can't remember. Like, because the Coast Guard at one point they're not Department of Defense. I think they were Department of Defense, but I think now they're under like Homeland Security. Is that right? Y'all correct me. Now we just need Space Force. Yeah, I forgot about Space Force. That wasn't a thing whenever I was in the Navy. I think someone that's in Space Force is probably too high up to. But I guess there's menial jobs. I need to research Space Force. I don't know enough about it. Yes, coasters are under Homeland Security now. Yeah, I thought so. Like, so and I'm not trying to diss the Coast Guard, I'm just saying, like, I view the armed forces as like the four that's under the Department of Defense. Like, I don't think Space Force is Department of Defense. I wonder what agency Space Force falls under. David, I was Air Force. Dave Jessup is an Army Green Beret. Oh, wait, no. Armies weren't Green Berets. Marines are Green Berets. Army would be Rangers. Green Beret is Marine. Scott said, hey, David, just a... Yeah, unless I'm totally off, like I'm pretty sure I'm right. Space Force goes to Air Force boot camp. Okay, David Jessup, look it up, Ray. Hold on. About Space Force? Let's see. Hold on. Y'all hang on. I'm Googling shit. Okay. So they're under the Department of the Air Force. So it's kind of like the same thing with Navy and Marines. Like they're like the Marines are under the Department of Navy, but they're their own thing. Okay, Green Beret is Army. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking. So, all right. Army has Rangers, Green Beret, and Delta. Okay. Well, I stand corrected. I don't know why I was thinking. Well, what is? Uh, Marine Raiders. Huh. Because I had never heard of Marine Raiders. That is weird. Like I don't know. In my mind, I was always like, you know, Army Rangers, Marine. Like I don't know why. Because even after I said it, I started thinking about like seeing the Green Beret, their uniform, and they didn't really line up too much with like a Marine uniform because they're like. Uh, but have you ever heard of what was it called again? Raiders, Marine Raiders. Have you ever heard of Marine Raiders for their special forces? Like nobody ever talks about that. Like I've heard of, you know, Green Berets and Delta Force and Rangers for the Army, and then there's the Navy SEALs. But Marine Raiders, like that just doesn't sound right. There's never been any movies about Marine Raiders, have there? They need better marketing. Marine Special Forces. I guess they're so secretive that nobody knows. And the Navy is the Marines Uber. Yeah, like well, Marines do have their own boats. But normally we gotta haul their boats to where they gotta go. And I don't know if it's still the same. I know it was an interesting fact to me. Uh, was always like uh, the Army has more boats than the Navy, and the Navy has more planes than the Air Force. You know, the Army doesn't have ships, but boats. The Army has more boats than the Navy, and the Navy has more airplanes than the Air Force. That's just weird. Uh, Scott said, yes, that is true. Yeah, Marine and Navy guys, like we'd always uh, joke on each other. We all had our, uh, you know, like jabs that we would throw at each other. But I used to always say it's just like two brothers, like you know, they pick on each other constantly, but you know, when when push comes to shove, you know, you're gonna have your brother's back. Space Force has secret stuff. Okay, so is Space Force like the Air Force's special forces? but it's more intellectual, maybe. I don't know. Scott said, I was 26Y SATCOM, and if I was still in, I would be under Space Force. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna Google that. What's Air Force's spell? Air Force. Special Forces. Air Force Special Operations Command. They provide special operating forces with missions ranging from airstrikes to combat, search, and rescue. Okay. AFSOC. Yeah, like AFSOC and Raiders, they need better marketing. Like, nobody knows the Marines and Air Force's Special Forces. Green Beret, Army Special Forces, mostly behind line ops. Yeah, like you hear about, you know, the other, like the Army and the Navy Special Forces. You know, there's SEAL Team 6 and, but you know, the Navy SEALs and the Army Green Berets and Rangers. You hear about like stuff they do during, you know, wartime and in combat. But like the Raiders, I've never heard anything about what they've done, and maybe it's all top secret, but like I guess pretty much like the Marines just are in combat anyway, so I don't know. Air Force Pararescue, David said. Okay. Yeah, well, that's part of AFSOC, Special Operations Command. They're responsible for like coordinating airstrikes and for like search and rescue operations. Scott said, never hear about Delta either. Yeah, but there was actually a movie called Delta Force that was about the Army Delta Force unit. But I've never heard of a movie about the Marine Raiders. My brother was a Ranger, so I heard about that all the time. I want to be an airborne Ranger. I'm not living the life of danger. Let's see. Are there any movies? Any movies about Marine Raiders? Yes, there are movies about Marine Raiders, with a 1944 film titled Marine Raiders and a 1943 film called Gung Ho, the story of Carlson's Macon Island Raiders. Okay. All right. Yeah, I've never seen. I guess that like, and like 1943 and 1944, like those movies were like being put out like during the war, pretty much. David Jessup and the Air Force saved my ass a few times. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't, you know, like I said, I tease about like other uh, other branches of service, but at the end of the day, you know, we're all brothers in arms. Like we all play our part, um, and you know, have each other's back. Like uh, there's no, I don't believe there's ever been any real animosity like between services. You know, like Army and Marine guys, like, or not Army, Navy and Marine guys, like, would be, you know, at a bar on shore leave and a fight might break out. But like I said, you know, it's like brothers fighting. Like, we, but at the end of the day, you know, we got each other's back. Uh, the movies were a way to keep public support. Yeah, like that's the way I was thinking about it too, Scott. That it like, you know, and they probably weren't quality movies, um, because those movies were kind of production rust because you know they're capitalizing on people being interested in like war content, so it was kind of rushed. Uh, Scott said Marines are the best dressed. Yeah, uh, I would I would agree with that, with the exception of officers. Uh, like I believe that like Navy officers have the best looking uniforms. Uh, you know, like their dress whites. Uh, yeah, like I would say, like for dress uniforms enlisted, it would be Marines. Then I'm not sure what Air Force's dress uniform was like. I think they're just kind of blue, like all blue. So I'd say it'd be like Marines, Army, Air Force, and then the Navy. The Navy's dress, enlisted dress uniform is trash. Like, you got like the little kerchief and the the bell bottom pants that have buttons in the front. It's not a good look. Not a good look. We got the worst looking dress uniform. Uh, now the Navy's working blues is sharp. That's where like I think the working blues is the only pants they have that's not bell bottoms. That is just like a straight black trouser, black shirt, black tie. So it's like black on black. And so that's a cool uniform. Scott said, John Wayne, the Green Beret. Yeah, see, like the Green Berets, like I said, they, you know, uh, like John Wayne was you know, definitely there was good movies made about like other, like the armies and the Navy special forces. You know, they had good marketing. Scott said, boy, I'm old. Yeah, but John Wayne is classic. Like, uh, you know, you don't have to be old to appreciate a good John Wayne movie. You know, what is your favorite John Wayne movie? Like, I've got mine. Uh, Mine is The Cowboys. I don't know if you've ever seen The Cowboys. It was one of his last films. It might have been his second. I think The Shootist was his last film, but The Cowboys was, I think, right before that. Space Force is like Star Trek. Okay. You mean like, wait, no. Yeah, I'm trying to think of because I'm a Star Wars guy. I'm not a Star Trek guy, but like Star Trek that like they uh, like I understand what you're saying. Like they had like a you know structured. Uh, I can't even think of the name of it. No, but I know that they had like a depart like a an agency. I don't know what I'm trying to say that, but like there was a hierarchy and command and all that in Star Trek, but I forget what it's called because I wasn't a big fan. David, I worked at the jail with a bunch of Marines, and I was called chair force every day. Yeah, that's like, you always get chair force, and then, you know, Marines are jarheads, Navy are squids, uh, Army grunts. I think you got grunts, jarheads, squids, and I guess chair force. I don't know if I don't know if airmen had like a slang. David, David, maybe you know if Air Force had like a slang term for like an airman, like Navy's squids and uh, Marines jarheads and Army's grunts. Scott said double-breasted jackets and the triangle symbol. Oh, wait, the Army's dress uniform? Wait a minute. No. I'm trying to figure out what you're referring to there. Frank said I was a pecker checker in the Navy. Yeah, that's what we called corpsmen. Yeah, Frank said corpsmen. Yeah, yeah, corpsmen were pecker checkers and uh, submariners were bubbleheads. Like the the enlisted in deck department were swabbies, and we had nicknames for everybody. But like I said, I can't think of any Air Force. Hey Frank, wingnut. Okay, wingnuts. David, not really. Yeah, I didn't think that like the Air Force had any. Scott and I, Space Force. Okay, so Space Force's dress uniform is double-breasted with a triangle symbol. Is that what you're saying? Dave Jessup, I like the Cowboys and the Shootist, but yes, I got into the Green Berets because of his movie. Okay. Scott said yes. Okay, yeah, so, okay. Well, that would probably move, like, I don't know what it looks like, but if that's their dress uniform, that may move them above the Army because, you know, the Army's, sharp, but it's too green. I just, but I think I like the olive drab green in the dress uniform just a little bit better than like the the blue Air Force dress uniforms. And then, like I said, the Navy enlisted uniforms, terrible. They're the worst. And Navy officers' uniforms are the best, in my opinion. old one for Air Force's Flyboy. Okay, yeah, that I agree with you, David. I've heard Flyboy before, so that would I appreciate that information. Scott said I worked with Air Force, Navy, and Army in SATCOM. Navy guys wore bell bottoms and denim shirts, and most had beards. Yeah, well, I mean, when I was in, uh, weren't allowed to have beards. Well, you could get a special request chit to have a beard, but normally, like, you couldn't have a beard because of, like, wearing a respirator. Like, you had to be clean shaven. Um, but yeah, then the bell bottoms actually had a purpose, um, because, like, if you're on a ship and, like, the ship was sinking and you had to abandon ship, then you could take your pants off over your boots, with bell bottoms while you're in the water, and then, if you tie a knot in the pants leg, the material the pants were made of, uh, like, resisted, like, getting waterlogged. Uh, and anyway, you tied a knot in the pants legs, and then you took the open part, the waist part of the pants, and you flapped it in the water to get air in, and then closed it together, and you'd have air in the pants legs, and you could use that as a flotation device for, theoretically, ever, until you got, wore out. Every once in a while you'd have to, like, re get air in to float. uh, Scott said again, I am old. I hear you, Scott. uh, yeah, way back in the day, then yeah, I think Navy guys could have beards, but, when they started to do, the requirements for respirators, like, back then health wasn't a concern. Like, they're, chipping asbestos paint and, you know like, spraying chemicals with no kind of respirator. David David Joseph said, my dress uniform still fits me. I have it with me when I come to the Philippines. All right, that's cool. Uh, maybe you find the right Filipina, you get married in your dress uniform. Is that the thought process? Uh, like I said, the Navy enlisted dress uniform needs an update. Scott said, I live across the river from Pax River Naval Station. Okay. I'm not familiar with that Naval Air Station. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Navy has a lot of air stations. Like, I'm not as familiar with those. The only one, like, uh, the Naval Air Station, Dallas, is in, like, Grand Prairie. It's more like near Arlington or Grand Prairie, Texas, because my dad was stationed there. That's about the only air station I really knew. David, no, did that once, not again. What did I say? What did I say? Did that? Oh, okay. About getting married in the dress uniform. McLovin, the year I joined the Seabees, we were issued the new dungarees, but never wore them, as BDU was our working uniform. Yeah, like the Seabees uniform, like, they didn't have the bell bottoms. Like, they were in camo and, BDUs, so battle dress uniform. But, and well, and it was cool. Like they had I think they had the blue uh, camo, which to me just looks cool. Even though like they were working on land. Wait. When they were working on land, did they wear the? Did they have a green BDU? I can't remember. I just remember, like the Seabees having the blue camo BDUs. Scott says they do a lot of testing there. Okay, like with you know plane testing. Yeah, the Navy, like to me, the Navy has the best pilots. The Air Force is the old OD greens. Okay, olive drab. Yeah, I like the. Yeah, I think the blue camos were newer, but I like the way they look. Osprey back in the day, and F-22, F-35 drones. Okay, well that's cool. Yeah, sitting here showing my belly. Uh, I didn't go anywhere in the Navy. I was stuck in the middle of the Cooper River in South Carolina. McLovin said after 6 years, left the military and transferred to the Air Force for 6 more years. Okay. You just got what service? Wait, what service were you in before? Wait, okay, you were in the Navy. Okay, you're a CB, and you decided to stop working for a living, so you went to the Air Force. just kidding, Air Force guys. Just kidding. Uh, they have a land-based catapult there. Wow, a catapult. How you? Well, wonder what they use a catapult for. Oh, okay. I got you. McLovin, the chair force was a joke. Yeah, I remember some some facts I would quote about the Air Force, and I'm pretty sure this is still true. Um, every Air Force base has a golf course, and the other thing, like the one time that I was, I forget why I was at the Air Force base, but like was eating chow on the Air Force base, and like I finished, you went through the line and you like picked what you want, like in the Navy you didn't pick what you want, like they just whatever they had that's what you're eating, but like in the Air Force there's like it was like a buffet style, you could pick whatever you wanted to eat, and I went and sat down and I ate, and then I took my tray and I was looking for where to put my dirty tray, and the Air Force guy came around and he said I'll take that, and they had Air Force guys that were like bussing tables, like you just ate and just left your shit there and went about your day, and somebody came and picked it up. I'm like, what kind of spoiled ass shit is this? It's like you got people coming to pick up your tray. They're like, and I think they were, uh, like I can't remember if there was like waiters where they refilled your, because I never like I needed a drink refill,
but I wouldn't be surprised, you know, in the Navy, you just had big containers of bug juice. That's what we called it. It was like, I don't know what the hell was in bug juice, but it was kind of like Gatorade with like a weird aftertaste. Uh, and Scott said simulate carrier landing and takeoff. Yeah, okay, I understand. Like a catapult for, you know, launching planes. I got you. Because when you're talking about a catapult, I was thinking like a catapult. It's like throwing rocks and shit. Like that's some medieval ass shit. David, 27 years in the army. Yeah, that's a lot. Uh, Michael C. Morning, bro. Morning, Michael. I'm surprised Gino's not on yet. McLovin, 99 to 2011. Seabees for 6 and Air Force for 6. Okay. Yeah, I was in from 90 to 94. Oh, leave the tray on the table. Yeah, that's like that was just weird. Frank said urine. Oh, is that what was in bug juice? No, it's called bug juice because like uh, they had like it was a lot of sugar in bug juice, and and a lot of times like the container like didn't have a lid and bugs would like fly the sugar and like you'd see like a layer of bugs, mosquitoes or something like floating at the top of the container. You're drinking from the bottom of the container. uh, David, I went as high in rank as enlisted can go with no college. Yeah, I got you. What is that? Like a master? Wait, Army master sergeant? It's like wait. Uh, there. Yeah, I don't know the rank. Like in the Navy, like there's chief, senior chief, master chief, and command master chief. And like command master chief, just a master chief, but he's like the head master chief, like at a command. Is like the top ranking enlisted, like at that command. Uh, uh, Michael C. He is enjoying the Dodgers going to the World Series. Okay, yeah. Well, uh, like I said, I got my notifications on, so if he comes on, uh, like I'll let him have his time slot because I'm normally not doing my morning stuff. Frank said, I prefer the urine, at least it's sterile. Is urine sterile? I don't know. Wouldn't it depend on whose urine it is? I don't know. Because can diseases be carried by urine? These are the questions I want. All right. Can, yes, but it's less common spread through other routes like feces. Urine can carry pathogens, bacteria that causes leptospirosis, spread from animals, and viruses to typhoid. Okay, so it can be, like diseases can be spread by urine, but it's not as common. Yes. Scott said yes. Frank said, do leave for Gino. Duh. Yeah. Like, I'd watch you. I'm not watching Gino for the record. Yeah, but I watch Gino. Like, he kind of makes my morning. McLovin, I was a journeyman crane operator when I joined the reserve, so promotion didn't matter to me. I was a 12-year E4 mafia. Yeah, I was E4 when I was in the Navy, but I was only E4. Not against him, but for you. Okay, I appreciate that, Frank. Like, and it's, the thing is, like, I'm just, whether you think I should be or not, like, I'm just respectful. Like, I know Gino does live stream around this time between like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And so I just got on here to like chit chat a little bit, but I'm not gonna like overrun into his time slot. I prefer your audience and topics. Wait. No, but I tried. Yeah, I got you, Frank. And I'm glad to see you. Like I said, I know you've been busy with, frequent hospital visits and making 50 shorts a day. I'm just playing with you. But I think about you all the time. I was like, I haven't seen Frank in a while. Army E8 is Master Sergeant. Yeah, that's. But is there like an E9? There's like a Command Master Sergeant. I forgot. McLevin. I knew more about running heavy equipment than our senior enlisted. Okay. Was that when you were in the Seabees? Or it had to be, because I don't think there's any crane operators in the Air Force. Like, I was a crane operator on the Navy. Like, we had two cranes that ran on tracks on each side of the ship, and I worked my way up from signalman to rigger, to crane operator, and then like my more primary job was I ran a 50-foot workboat back and forth from ship to shore, basically water taxi. Frank said, your topics are good for expats here. Oh, I got you. Like, I get what you're saying, Frank. Like, just like more entertaining for the expats that are already in the Philippines, whereas Gino is more kind of informational for like people that are coming over. And I guess I could see that, but like I still learn stuff from Gino, like, that I don't know. So he's got good information, and good group of guys over there. Most of them, like, just like we're talking here, all military guys. Scott said, I was an instructor as an E4. That was a fun time. Yeah, I didn't do shit when I was an E4. Like I told the story before, like whenever I made petty officer, there was I think 2 E4s that like outranked me because they had more time and rank, and then like a second class, first class chief. And there was a big party that I wasn't invited to, and the second class and the 2 third classes above me were at this party, and they like hired a dancer or prostitute or whatever it was for this party, and then like they pulled a gun on this girl and did stuff that she wasn't cool with, and so they all went to the big brig, and so I was basically the only junior petty officer left in deck department, and it was like chief, first class, and me. And so I was like responsible for like all the day-to-day activities of like all the seamen like in deck department. Like if I would be, you know, like on the deck, you know, like diamond plate deck. I used to love to do this, by the way. The diamond plate deck, you had a needle gun and just sit there chipping paint, and it was just like very therapeutic to me. Just the vibration and watching the paint like slowly go away and become shiny metal. I enjoyed that. But I'd be sitting there with the needle gun, and first class or chief would walk by and tap me on the shoulder and say, you know, hey, what's Seaman so-and-so doing? It's like, I don't know. He said, go find out. He said, that's your job. You make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I got where I didn't have to do shit. I just walk around and point and tell people what to do. Frank said his channel speaks to those who aren't here on good grief. This isn't cable network. It's open fiber. Yeah, I know that, but like I said, it's a respect thing. Like I have been part of this is the way I look at it. Like I'm part of Gino's community, and like Gino has pushed my channel. Some of Gino's subscribers, they were already Gino's subscribers, or Dazzle TV, and so I know I've been doing a live stream too long. But so some of Gino's subscribers came over and subscribed to me, like, and so if Gino goes live, like, then his subscribers are going to go to his channel, and they should. I'm not saying that, like, I know there's subscribers of both, but see, Gino like has a set schedule, you know, like, and if he doesn't go live, I'll just keep doing my live stream until my fat battery dies. But if he goes live, like, it's respectful to me. It's respectful, like, to give way, send everybody over to Gino's channel, because I know that if Gino was doing a live stream at, like, decided for some reason to do a live stream at, 4:30 in the afternoon or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he knows that I go live around 6 p.m. every day. So he would be respectful that I was going live and say, hey, everybody go check out Ray's channel. Like, he just went live, and send people over. It's a cooperation, like not stepping on not only not stepping on each other's toes, but also like sharing support, if all that makes sense. Let's see. Wait. I'm way behind on comments. Where am I at? Hold on. Okay. All right, I'm catching up. Wait. Where was I in the comment? Ranks laughing. McLovin, you do you, Ray. Keep kicking ass. I appreciate you, McLovin. Frank, I make long form video. I haven't seen any long form videos, or maybe you're coming out with one because you were telling me like you do a lot of shorts and then put them all together in long form. And I've been seeing a lot of shorts. McLevin, the Air Force has the Red Horse units. Yeah, well, I would be a colonel in the Red Horse unit. Let me put my stand up here. Let me get my other phone. That's what the problem is. This is my tracking phone. Frank said yes. Sergeant Major is an E9. Okay, I knew there had to be an E9. Frank said I went to the brig myself. Earned a BCD. I don't know. Wait, I don't know what a BCD. What kind of discharge is that? There's like there's. It's not like there's dishonorable, other than honorable, honorable. What is BCD? Better career decision. Okay. I thought the D stand for discharge. I was trying to work out that acronym, Frank. Sandblasting. Sandblasting. No, are you talking about when I was doing needle gun? I didn't do much sandblasting. No respect, no buts. Scott, I am repairing a steel burger yacht now. What is a burger yacht? Like, is it a boat they serve burgers? Or am I just unfamiliar with like some kind of yacht terminology? Because like, well, I mean, like a burger boat would be like some like McDonald's level burgers, but a burger yacht, like I'd have to be some high end burgers. That'd be those Kobe burgers, Wagyu burgers. Frank, you spearhead your own thing. I do, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like Frank, my own thing normally is, around 6 p.m. Like I'm not normally up this early and doing shit. I just happened to wake up like at 5:30 and I was getting a lot of comments on my videos. I'm saying, well, like those people are, I'm having like whole conversations in the chat. So I was like, well, let me just go on live and talk for a little while. David said, sorry, I had to take and answer some messages, but I am back. You do you, David. Like, I know a lot of people are concerned about you. They're probably checking up on you. Scott said, I run a paint shop, fiberglass shop in Boatyard for the past 25 years. Yeah, I went to fiberglass repair school. Uh, where was that at? I think it was in Connecticut. When I was in the reserves, because I was in the reserves for a long time. Like, I did like 4 years reserves, and then like 6 years, or 4 years active, then like 6 years reserves. Uh, but I remember going to a school or course in Connecticut for like a week on fiberglass repair. Frank said, "Oh, whatever, LOL." Frank said, "I disagree, 100%. He wouldn't do that for you." Yeah, he would. He might not do it for you, but I'd do it for you, Frank. You're simply wrong. Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I'm a nice guy, Frank. I like being a nice guy. Whether you think, you know, uh, like someone deserves like respect and uh, cooperation. I try to respect and cooperate with everybody. Like, uh, I don't put my needs or my wants before others. Like, I find a balance. I'm symbiotic. I I exist um, in the time that's meant for me to exist. I always say, like, life is a movie. All right, and you're the star of your own movie. But sometimes you got to realize, like, when you are just a supporting cast member in somebody else's movie. And sometimes, like, if you live your life like always being the star of the movie and not taking the time to be, you know, a supporting actor in somebody else's movie, um, then you're a selfish sob. Like, sometimes you just got to be a supporting actor in someone else's movie. That's all I'm saying. Scott said, "I have two iPads, so I watch you on one and Michael on the other." Yeah, and like there's times when, like, you got shared subscribers, but um, you don't really, when that happens. And like, I appreciate people that like are trying to continue to support, but especially now, like, I've been talking for a while, like, the the conversation would be, uh, I don't know, like, newer, maybe when uh, a new live stream starts up, and so people will like engage with that to begin with, and then my live stream will uh, go down. The viewers may stay the same, but I'm here for like connecting with you guys and like the comments in the chat and having a conversation. When the comments stop coming, uh, I don't care how many people are still in my chat. Like, it's pretty soon that I end the live stream, because like, I'm not the type that's gonna sit here and talk to myself, or be like these Filipinas and just put the phone up somewhere and start cooking or washing dishes. Like, y'all don't want to see me do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it one day. I'll get some short shorts and a halter top. Just do some housework. And y'all can watch. I'm not saying you will watch. I doubt you'll watch. Scott said, "You're in the Philippines." Yep. Yeah, it's a guy tie. Uh, David says, "Being respectful to each other." Absolutely. Like, I try to respect everybody. Uh, I think you should do your own thing without regard to anyone online. Yeah, I know, but like I do my thing when it's my time to do my thing. I got my do my thing time. Like, but if I'm doing my thing, like when I know someone else is going to be doing their thing, then I'm going to step aside when it's time for them to do their thing, let them do their thing. That's a lot of doing things that I'm talking about here. Michael C. Gino is the best, bro. He helps a lot of people and keeps the drama out of his channel. He has a no BS channel. His channel is respectful and honest. Is not about the clicks. Yeah, I agree, Michael. Like, you know, Gino is a genuine nice guy, and uh, like, uh, he's kind of like straightforward, and you know, he's to me he's comforting. Like like I know what I'm gonna get with Gino. Like there's no surprises, and I like that. With me, there's surprises. I don't know what I'm gonna do from one minute to the next, but that's a whole different type of content. Like people watch me because at some point I'm gonna be an idiot and they want to see it. Scott said people are going to watch their favorite channel, so don't worry. I, I hear what you say. Like I hear what you, Scott. I hear what you and Frank are saying, um, and there might be a time when, you know, I'm a lot bigger, or not a lot bigger, but I'm bigger, and I may have uh, a larger ratio of viewers that are not also viewers of Gino and James and Karen and uh, Michael White or Michael C. or you know all the other YouTube channels that support me and I support. Eventually, you know, we'll all become bigger where like we're not necessarily sharing every viewer or a majority of viewer. You know, like raise of hands, how many people in here watch Gino? All, let's see. All true, Michael. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Frank. Like, you know, people like what they like. And I completely get that point. And, you know, my point is, you know, that, you know, I'm just doing me, and there's, you know, I've kind of got a routine, and I may change that routine. Maybe I need to start getting up earlier. I don't know, but no, I ain't getting up earlier. Bad conduct discharge. Okay, I got you. I got you. BCD, birth control device, military issue glass. See, that's what I thought when I saw BCD too. Also, Scott, like that's what we call those big brown, like thick frame glasses that they issued, like in the Navy. There's either BCDs or BCGs, birth control goggles. Brand name, 65-foot boat. Okay, it's called a Burger yacht. Is Burger like the brand name? You know, like I'm trying to think of some of the like Chris Craft, or like is Burger like a boat manufacturing company? Gino channel is geared for new guys here and future expats. Yeah, like there's a lot of truth to that, Frank. But like I said, there like, and I'm still a new guy here. Like I've had, my lease here for a year. Like I'm starting on a new year, but 2 months of that I was back in the U.S. So really, I'm only like 10 months in country. So there's a lot of things that I still have to learn. And, I'm not going to become like a subject matter expert to tell other people if they ask if I don't take the time to learn myself, if that makes sense. And he is a great guy. Yeah, and you know, um, that's the other reason why I watch Gino is, I like the interactions with the chat. Like all great guys. Daniel was here earlier. Like he's always in Gino's chat, and I I I get a lot of people that's normally in Gino's chat uh, because I click with them. They click with me, and like uh, there's nothing like I like being part of the community that Gino has. I like my community of guys that come in here. Uh, guys like Frank, always busting my balls. Frank said, I do conversely think we owe each other nothing, so I respectively disagree with Ray. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that I owe anybody anything. Like, it's not like a that I feel subpar or anything. Like, I make my content. I'm the only person in the world that can make Ray content. Like, I get that. And it's to me, it's not a comparison. It's, like I said, it's just, kind of a respect thing. Bellows, hey Ray, is Bellows from Leyte, USA. Just listening in, enjoy. Hey Bellows, yeah, like Bellows is always, there on Gino's chat, and like I said, if he goes live, I'll be going to watch him. Not to mention that I've gone. I'm over 2 hours. Wow, like I've been doing a lot of live stream. Like normally I try to schedule like an hour and a half, but like I said, I was just doing it until Gino come on. So if Gino doesn't come on, this might be a long live stream. Scott said, we work on a lot of small boats for the Navy, Coast Guard, and local police. The one we are doing now is the CNO's barge at the Navy Yard in D.C. Okay, that's cool. Chief of Naval Operations. That's awesome. Frank, you can do that, but YouTube is cutthroat. Yeah, but I'm not cutthroat. Like I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna get the subscribers, viewers, friends that I'm supposed to have. Like the people that get me, that enjoy like the content I make, they're gonna be there, and like I don't have to, because like I don't know, like drama is just not my thing. Now I like drama. Like I want some trolls, like because that would be fun. Frank said I'm a selfish SOB. That's okay. Like I respect you for who you are. That's just not me. And I'm not saying one's right and one's wrong. Because I always say, like, whatever you do in life, if it makes you happy, keep doing it. If you're not hurting anybody and you're happy, then you're doing life right. Uh, Frank, based on this foul logic, you'd never have a time slot. No, I pick. See, Frank, I pick my time slot. Like 6 p.m. is not necessarily ideal. Like it's butt crack early in the morning for people in the U.S. Uh, and you want uh, U.S. viewers and like people in the Philippines are probably having dinner. So it's not an ideal time slot, but it's the time that I like doing it. So I don't care if it's ideal or not. It's like it's my time slot because I choose it. And if you know, uh, if for some reason somebody else wanted that non-ideal time slot, and like Gino or uh, James and Karen or Michael White, I'm gonna still do my live stream at 6 o'clock. Whether I get anybody viewing it or not, that's my time that I like to do live stream. And so this live stream is a departure from that, just because I felt like it in the moment, and knowing full well that I didn't plan on probably still be doing it by the time Gino started his. Scott said, hit that like. I appreciate you, Scott. Frank said, still at only 800-ish viewers, or did you cross the line 1,000? Last I checked, I was like at 881, something like that. Scott said, Speedo Saturdays. I wore a Speedo one time in my life, Scott. I was 13 years old. The Speedo is a red Speedo, and it was too big for me. My little skinny, I was scrawny at 13, but it was almost like falling off of me. But we were in Spain. I was 13 years old now. 13 years old. We were in Spain because we lived in Italy at the time. But I can't remember if at the time if we were in Rota or Malaga. But we were in Spain at this hotel. And the pool at the hotel was topless. Again, I'm 13. So, so my parents, they were gonna go walk through towns and look at shops and all this other stuff. Asked me if I wanted to go. I said no, because I'm 13 and there's a topless pool. So I took my loose red Speedo down to the pool, and I stayed out there all day. Like, that was the most sunburnt I've ever been in my entire life. Because, like in Spain during that time of year, like the days are like super long. It's like the sun rises at like 6 a.m. and sets at like midnight. It was like, so like I was there in the sun like all day. I was blistered, and it was worth it because I got to see boobies. 13-year-old boy getting to see all kinds of boobies just running around. Frank says smoking kills, bro. Yeah, you ain't not telling me nothing new, Frank. Not even on the Panay. Forget Gino. There is no Ray time. Ask YouTube. Hey, I make up my own rules. Like, if I feel like doing something on YouTube, I can. Whether anybody watches or not, that's out of my control. I don't try to control it. I don't care to control it. I'm gonna do me. Whatever that is, until I change my mind, which might happen. Like I might switch time slots, or I don't know. But for now, I do my live stream when I want to, and YouTube, your boss doesn't agree with. I don't have a boss. Like, if I never get paid, I'll be happy. Fortune, good AM, Ray. What's going on, Fortune? I guess I'm the. I've got the notification on. I don't know if Gino's doing a live stream or not, but uh, uh, he might be. He might just be taking a day off and watching the game. Paul K. Paul Revere, do you like it there? As I have lived in Valencia almost 2 years, and Cebu before that, and roam around the islands 1 or 2 times a month, and go back to U.S. every 6 months for a month or so. Man, Paul, if you have not been to Gaitai, then I highly recommend it. Like, to me, it's just like I mean, the weather is the first thing, everybody. It's like cool. I'm never sweaty, and to me, it's like really peaceful here. Like, there's hardly ever like any noise. The area stays pretty clean. Like, people pick up trash, and like, it stays clean, quiet, peaceful. On the weekends there'd be people that come in, but I always welcome meeting new people, but they're gonna leave again Sunday evening. So Frank said he's boring to me, and that's cool. uh, you know like I said earlier, like, people like what they like. um, like, what you call boring, I call comforting. Like, and that's just my opinion. Like, your opinion, like, is your opinion, and it's cool. Like, whatever whatever choices you make in life, as long as you're happy, I completely support your choices. Frank, you're edgy. What are you trying to edge with me, Frank? What is that called? What I don't even want to go there. What edging is? I don't. Edging is edgy. Fortune, good day. Michael C. Frank. Frank. I love the idiot Ray. Yeah, and like, I love you too, Frank. And like, all my viewers love you guys, and like, I'm not doing anything that like I wouldn't normally do. Like, I don't care if there's just one other person around. Like, I'm gonna be an idiot if it makes somebody laugh. Like, I don't care. I've got no shame, no ego, where it's like, people have to like view me in high regard and all that. Like, I'm okay just being the idiot that makes you laugh. That idiot friend you like having around. Like, that's my lane. Paul K. Best advice is schedule at same time, and of course, based on U.S. time. Yeah, and that's very good advice, Paul. But like I said, um, like, I'm not a business minded. Like, I do what I want to do, and you may have to catch the replay. A lot of wait. But Scott says, who is Gino? Scott, you don't know Gino Dazel TV? He lives in uh, uh, Numancia, near what's that town in Ackland? But he lives on Panay. Like, not too far from James and Karen. Uh, you know, but Dezel TV. Frank, LOL. Scott, keep it that way. Actually, Frank, you missed out. I saw like a notification for Dazzle TV, and it was like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, "What the hell?" Gino's normally asleep by 7:30 p.m. So I clicked on it, and it was Dazzle and her mom drinking wine and doing karaoke. Now, see, you would have enjoyed that, Frank. I, it's all about the surprises. Frank, I support you giving up this. I owe other YouTubers time, but we can agree to disagree. It's not that I owe them their time. I just respect that they have a time. Like, you know, I feel disrespected sometimes, like when like one of those three, like they know that I'm doing a live stream at 6 p.m. because that's what I do. And like you can from 6 to 7:30, that's me. When people get on like during the same time, and you know, I look at their live stream and like viewers that would normally be on my channel are over there, I feel a certain way about that. I'm not gonna lie. And so I don't want to do it to somebody else. That's just my opinion. David said, I have to go. They're going to take out all my tubes. All right, brother. That's like the first step in getting the hell out of that hospital and heading over here and getting in a hammock. Frank said, 10 months and nothing you'll gain from Gino, and further quit mentioning other channels during your life. I mention all kinds of channels. I've shouted out your channel during lives. I have people on during my lives, and like they do the same to me. And like that's kind of my attitude. Like one, like I support people that support me. Two, I give time to people who give their time to me. Like, you know, like I said, like Gino Dazzle TV, like he'll pop up on my live stream. Like you pop up on my live stream, and I go and watch your videos and comment on your videos because, you know, I like you. Plus, like, you're supportive of me, and I would be, you know, in my mind, an asshole if I didn't reciprocate to people that, you know, you treat people like you want to be treated. And the people that treat me the way that I treat them, we continue that type of relationship. Like, it works. Symbiotic. Frank, just my opinion. Have a great evening, David. Frank, ditto, David. David, thank you all. Have a great day and be safe. Yeah. I'm glad you're in the process of getting the hell out of the hospital, David. I propose you do the very opposite. You go live when he is in each and every time. Try that. You're just trying to stir up drama. Frank, you're a pot stirrer. Stop trying to stir the pot. I'm not a pot stirrer. There is nothing at all get with that methodology. Ray, don't worry about taking away from other channels. People come here to see you. I do my own thing and I have over 9,000 subs. I do my own thing and do okay. People will find you and stay. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Scott. I am doing my own thing. Like I'm doing what I want. I want to do my live streams at 6 p.m. Like I said, you know, this was an impromptu live stream because because people were commenting on my videos and I was responding and it was going back and forth. And I said, instead of having a conversation in my chat section of my video, let me get on live and, chat live, especially since David's still in the hospital. And David is my only member. Like he's my only subscription member. Frank, oops, wrong. Agree, Scott is correct. It's not drunk. I know, but like you guys aren't listening to me. Part of it is being respectful. Part of it is like I'm doing what I want to do, and like scheduling a time early in the morning just to like compete with Gino or like get the same like time slot that Gino has that's maybe more better for US viewers or like I don't want to do that. Like I'm normally not up this early and this bright and chipper. Like normally I'm like groggy and like still scratching my ass through my underwear at this time in the morning. And y'all don't want to see that. Frank said, it's YouTube. You never knew the guy in life. You don't owe him Shino. Yeah, but I know him now. We've met. I consider him a friend. I consider you a friend, even though we haven't met. Scott said, yes, Frank. Frank, okay, I'm going to start mine at 6 o'clock also. LOL. Come on, bring it. 6 p.m. Like you're gonna get Indian viewers, you're gonna get Filipinas that are cooking dinner and just have your live stream running in the background while they're cooking. And you're gonna get the early birds in the US, like, the military guys that wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like those are my peeps. Those are my peeps. Paul said, I like how Rike combines information with some entertainment, as everyone has to have niche, but best is to have consistency, as lives are to connect with viewers, as I become friends because of. Yeah, and that's like, live streams are social for me. Like I meet people through live streams. I connect to people, live streams, make friends. Like, I wouldn't know Frank. I wouldn't know Scott. I wouldn't know Gino. I wouldn't know James, and Karen, and Michael C. And pretty much everybody in this chat right now. Like all these people that I consider friends now is because of YouTube. And like my friends know where I'm going to be at 6 p.m. Philippines time. If they want to hang out, then they come hang out. Frank said, just kidding. 881 getting there. Very well stated, Paul. Wait a minute. Yeah. And like everybody's, has viewers that like them and their content. And like you just do you, and you're going to naturally attract the people that, that get you and like enjoy what you're doing. And that's cool. Keep doing that. Like that's, those are your peeps. Very well stated, Paul. Scott said, the same people that watch my channel will never see yours unless I share your channel. It's the same for you and other vloggers. Yeah, and I understand that, but I am friends. Like I'm like, if you guys aren't subscribed to Scott and I's World, like, go ahead and hit them up. Frank and Fel of the Philippines. Y'all subscribe. And I'm going to continue to do that because you guys are my friends and I'm supportive of my friends. That's why, I share other people's channels. Like, I'm not in competition uh, with everybody. I don't view that. Like, I'm not in competition with Frank. I'm not Frank. Frank's not me. We may have some overlap with people that, I may recommend to his channel. He may recommend people to my channel, and we'll get some overlap of viewers. But not all viewers that view one channel views another channel. So, like, I don't see a problem with, uh, being supportive of my friends, and if they've got a channel, share their channel because they're just supportive. Did you ever get off a live some other channel as Ray is describing? I didn't or wouldn't. I know you're not asking me, but like, I've gotten off a live. Like, if I see that one of my friends goes live and, like, my subscriber, my viewers start to drop, and like the comments stop going, like, I'm not the type that's going to sit there and just talk to myself. Or even if I got 10 viewers but nobody's saying anything, and I'm just sitting there, like, I feel like I'm just talking into the wind, yeah, I'm in my live. Because it's not, like, to me, it's not a competition. It's like, I had, like, this live, like I said, if Gino comes on, like, I've had a great live. I've enjoyed it immensely. I would finish up the comments that I have and call it a successful live stream. Because I had fun and got to talk with my friends. Frank says, correct, Scott. Historically, I take the opposite view when I debate Ray. Yeah, that's what we do. Like, it's fun. Frank said, Ray, you need some posters and pictures on your walls. Well, hold on. I got stuff. Not a lot of stuff, but I got, like, the Golden Gate Bridge up here. Let me turn some lights on. It's dark up in here. It's dark up in there. In the main living space. I'm gonna have to plug my phone in before long if I continue to do this. But okay, and then look, I got my holographic koi fish picture. Ooh, hologram. And then like over there, I guess that's like the Empire State Building. And then like New York. Man, I got up and I'm getting lightheaded. If I pass out, y'all just stick around. I'll be back with you soon. I get lightheaded when I stand up too quick. Okay. Frank said, oh, bullshit. You're so focused on getting monetized. It's crazy. No, actually not focused on getting monetized. Like, like you said, like I was, close getting up to like 900 subscribers and all that. But like the past 2 days, like I just completely took off, like just didn't do shit because I didn't feel like it. And like if I don't feel like doing anything YouTube related, then like the content's not going to be any good. I'm not going to be into it, and I would just rather like not do something than put out crap. Like I'm not going to name any names, but it's mostly like Filipina YouTube vloggers that'll like sit there and have a live stream of them sleeping. Like that's like I don't understand. I guess if they're getting viewers doing that, more power to them. But me, in all good conscience, like if 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 I'm not able to be engaging or have something to talk about and just you know sit there like just looking at the screen waiting for like someone to comment, then I don't need to be live streaming. I need to end it and wait until I've got something to talk about to be more engaging. Fortune, I'm at work, no live stream for Gino the past 2 days. Likely busy with baseball. Okay, yeah, I don't think I saw him yesterday. Well, I guess if the Dodgers go deep in the World Series, then I'll just hold down Gino's live stream slot until he gets back. I'll do 2 live streams a day. I'll be back at 6 p.m. I'll start doing 2 live streams a day because I'm monetized crazy, right, Frank? So I need to get on Frank's bad side. And before I say this, like I'm totally joking, but like Frank's my friend, but on like he's sitting there saying like he don't like Gino's content, he don't like James and Karen's content, James's content. But he gave both of them like I don't know how many like gift subscriptions and stuff. He likes me. I'm monetized. He does shit for me. I need it on your bad side, Frank. I'm fucking. I'm effing with you. Actually, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm, I don't curse often, but sometimes it's appropriate. I know, Frank, cigarettes aren't good for you. Are there classes on how to make a more exciting live stream? Maybe Gino is there. If not, he should be. Yeah, like it's like everybody got their LOL. Yeah, everybody got their own preferences. Like some people like boring. Like that's why there's so many different like TV channels. Like I'm not watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like why the hell was that a show? Just because I don't like it doesn't mean somebody doesn't like it. Probably someone with boobs, but my point being, like everybody has their own thing. Mike, driving Philippine expat. Yes, I like what I like. I agree, Mike. You get along, and if you're watching something and you're enjoying it, keep watching it. If you're not, scroll to the next one. Like it's cool. Hey, thriving years is good. Hey, Francophile. Oh yeah, I've been talking to Frank, but if Phil is around, tell Phil I said hi. She's probably doing something with a broom. Frank said, your information is current and fun to watch. Yeah, everybody's got their lane. Like, Mike's always working, doing something, got a project or like just something going on. And that's completely different than me. Like, you know, I'm the lay in the hammock, drink beer, and philosophize kind of guy. Sometimes that's fun to watch. Like, it all depends on the mood you're in. You'll find something that you like. Hello, David. Good evening. Scott said, I got monetized in 3 months doing videos of my everyday stuff. I don't do many lives because the shorts I do is what people like. Yeah. Yeah. See, like I said, everybody's got their lane. I don't really like doing, I got to where I like doing lives. It just fits my personality. Like, my informational videos, I believe would be more profitable in the long run, but I don't like doing them as much. I don't like sitting, like I said, I don't like sitting there just, talking to the camera with no feedback. It just feels weird. I don't like it. Fortune, the key in YouTube is to find your own niche. Like follow a guy who specializes on ancestral houses. Others are on bike or van camping. Yeah, like you like what you like. And Frank said I was smiling ear to ear. David, getting my tubes out. Yeah, that's awesome. Mike White, hey Ray, hey Frank, hey Mike, says Scott. Mike says hi Scott. Well stated, Fortune. Hey Fortune, says Michael White. Fortune says good AM, Michael White. Frank said, oh, you're not an idiot as far as you know, Fletch. Scott said, idiot friend, stop talking about me. Yeah, that's definitely my personality. Like, I'm definitely that, hey, Eric, hold my beer. I'm the hold my beer guy. I'm figuring to do something stupid. Hold my beer. Michael White said, awesome, David. That is good news. Yeah, it is. Like, Michael's a good guy. Michael's a good guy, too. But David's a good guy. Fortune, I also follow Frank Fell because they feature my home city, Iloilo. Yeah, no. And I love Frank. In a non-touchy-feely way. And Fell, I want to get to know Fell, like, not in a romantic way, but just like, she seems like just a down to earth, awesome woman, and like, I respect Frank enough to like. Anyway, like, Fell seems like a awesome woman. Let's see. Fortune. I also like Michael White because I learn a lot from him, and also interested in Maspati because Minnie Hilagainan speaking there. Yeah, Michael's like every YouTuber's got their own like like slice of life. Like I said, there's only one Michael White, and there's only one Ray Moore, and there's only one Frank Wagner. There's only, like, I'm gonna stop there because I can't pronounce Fortune's last name. Me too, Fortune. Frank, yes, I would have because Dazzle is not as boring. Yeah, they were having fun. Like they were drinking wine, singing badly, didn't care. But it was fun to watch. Like they didn't take it themselves too seriously. Um, I enjoyed the live stream with Dazzle. She needs to do more of them. Ford said, Ray, you can specialize on Tagaytay and its surrounding towns. Yeah, I'm a like anybody wants to know anything, let me know. I'll go check it out. Michael said, thank you, Fortune and Frank. Uh, I'd say Fortune, the Tagaytay guy. Yeah, Frank calls me the Tagaytay guy. Uh, Frank in the Philippines say they don't owe you, you don't owe them. Ditch that nonsense. I gotta. Uh, Fortune, there's a lot to explore there. Amadeo Coffee and Resorts, Alfonso Resorts, Maragondon River and mountains, etc. Yeah, I have yet to really explore, like, uh, I went on the trip last month, and like the majority of my time is like 70% not doing a damn thing, and 25% wide open. Like whenever I get money, I'm wide open. Let me. Speaking of money, let me see what Frank's doing down here. Okay, Frank, Frank, Frank. Okay, sent 5 gift memberships, and oh, Frank got one of the memberships. Frank, you're my member now. Oh, One Star Flag got a membership. Uh, who is that? Wait, I can't see. Something in Bama. James Potter and Chief Pounderhard got one. Awesome. Feel better. Yeah, I was just screwing with you, Frank. And then Frank sent some messages. James and Karen are boring and slightly arrogant. Well, more than slightly, but not. I'm not gonna say anything. Gino is more into Dezo drinking wine is the Shinola. I agree. Like it was a good time. So I had to scroll down. Oh, Dazel's here. Good morning, my friend Ray. I skipped way down. I'm gonna go back to comments. Okay. Good morning, my friend Ray. Have a great day. Thanks, Dazel. Um, uh, let's see. But yeah, I'm gonna get around the area more and more. Uh, I had some issues came up that pretty much hamstrung me for a while, but I'm starting to get back on top of it. So I was able to take that trip uh, last month, and then I've got people coming in to do the Tagaytay area, and I'll be doing a lot of vlogging during that. So I'm kind of saving up, uh, like going to these places because I'm going to be going with them. Uh, Fortune, also, you are near Batangas. You can visit Taal. That's a historic heritage town. Okay, so there's a town called Taal. Is I mean I know there's the Taal Lake and volcano. I guess yeah, that would make sense. There's a Taal town. Fortune with the biggest church in Asia. Okay, and Taal, Taal. Frank said, "I'm merely being controversial. Debate." Scott, yeah, no, I have been debating or giving my opinion in a logical, reasonable uh, rebuttal. Scott said, if you watch sports, does that make you an athletic supporter? Um, yeah, I guess so. Like uh, wasn't that in, wasn't that in Greece when she was doing the announcements on the movie Grease? If you can't be an athletic, if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. Frank, I do support you, and this advice is merely my opinions offering a counterintuitive explanation. Yeah, no, everything's cool, Frank. Like I say, you do you, do you. LOL, 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 Scott. Fortune. Gino, am watching him because I'm originally from Panay, born in Iloilo City, grew up there and in San Jose Antique. Many relatives in Pandan Antique, where Malumpati. You're trying to get me to mispronounce everything. Malumpati is been to Kalibo before. Uh, uh, and a pot smoker too. I don't know. I don't know what kind of randomness that is, Frank. You know. Speaking of, not smoking, I need me some nicotine. Like I smoke more in the morning. That's another thing I don't do live stream in the morning because, like in the morning, like I'm always smoking. I gotta get. Hold on, let me go shut this door. Get my nicotine up to an acceptable level because nicotine is my drug of choice for chemically balancing in my brain. Let's see. Paul said, best to pick a town like a sports team. What do you like and what can you want or accept? I like being near a large city but not in it. Near a decent airport hub for travel, near a medical center. Yeah, and that was, that was kind of my reasoning too. Like I'm not that far from Manila. Uh, I could go to a big hospital and uh, you know access the airport, all within a day. It's not like it's too far. Like I'm near the VA. Uh, if I had to go, so it's convenient to Manila, but it's not in Manila, and I need the cooler weather. Frank, this is a great live stream. Like and subscribe. Thanks, Frank. Uh, Scott says, share the live stream. Please like and subscribe. Yes. Compete against Gino. There is no competition. Yours is very different feel. Why are you feeling on me, Frank? Frank, I'm proud of you. You've done well and are constantly improving. Like, your approval means the world to me, Frank. Like, you are you have a discerning eye for talent. Michael White said, I live when something is happening and keep it going as long as I feel like staying on, doing my own thing, millions of people on YouTube. Yeah, like, I get you. Frank said, yes, Mike. Mike, gotta go, need gasoline and mineral water. All right, have a good day, Mike. That is the correct method logically. Yeah, well, the thing is, here's the thing, like people have different personalities, and you would think that I would normally be, you know, go with the flow, like do a live stream whenever a wild hair tickles my ass to do one, and there, are occasions of that. But if if I didn't have a set schedule to do something and an expectation to do it, then it wouldn't get done because I'm a procrastinating son of a bitch. Like, I will procrastinate. I'll put things off. Like, if I don't, you know, set like a time that I'm gonna do it, uh, like y'all might rarely see me on a live stream because I won't think to do it. I'll just be cluelessly going through life. But now it's set in my mind as like people that set like a workout schedule, like they work out at a certain time. Um, then I don't know, just different personalities. Like I don't fault anybody for, like Mike said, I agree. That works for him. Works for you, Frank. Doesn't work for me. Like I like to have a set time. Uh, it's uh, I don't know. Makes me comfortable. Scott said, don't forget to do lots of shorts, and they will bring people to your channel and change your channel algorithm. Yeah, I do. The only shorts I do is I do like the clips from my live stream, and I put a link to the live stream that the clip is from, so that if like people want to get on the live stream chain, see what what kind of person I am during the shorts feeds, then they'll get an idea. Michael, peace all. Bye, Ray. See you later, Michael White. Bye, Mike. Catch Shinola from Ray for too much shorts, yet I have 25,000 subscribers. Yeah, but all I'm saying is, what do you want from YouTube? Like, I want people, like, I want friends. Like, I like making friends on YouTube. And I like the people that come in my live stream. I can have a conversation with them, have fun, like, enjoy our time together. And a lot of the shorts viewers, like, are the swipers. They're just watch for, 20 seconds, go on to the next one. Swipe, swipe, swipe. And they're not the, like, sit down and, like, have an extended conversation about something on YouTube. Like, that's not their personality. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't do shorts because I'm not targeting, like, the short attention span viewer average. Like, there's times when I'm scrolling through shorts but the majority of the time, like, I am watching something for a long period of time. Oh, wait, what happened? I lost it where I was. Okay, I'm about caught up. Wait. Thanks, guy. Guess I'm wrong. Frank said, share the channel, talk about them, but do not schedule your time around others or on. Opposite to your view. Sorry, Charlie. Smile. Yeah, no. And again, like, I am not necessarily scheduling my time around. I just don't schedule my time at the same time. Because, like, I had my time scheduled, like, way before, or not way before, like, Gino, but I didn't consider, like, the time that Gino went on as the time I wanted to go on. Like, it's not that deep. Like I just like around 6 o'clock. I'm normally done eating. I normally have like a cup of coffee after I'm done eating. I like to have a cup of coffee in the evening, and so that just worked for me. I just sip on my coffee and chat with my friends. Frank said, share the channel, talk about them, but do not schedule. Yeah, okay, I already read that. This is a good one, Ray. The Tagai Tai. Yeah, the Tagai. Ray the Tagai Tai. That's nice. The Golden Gate pitch. Badass hollow koi. Josh Wishland. Who that? Who that, Josh? You got a membership, I think. No, maybe you didn't. Frank said, hi, Josh. We got an achievement, 2 million views. That is awesome. On your shorts? Yeah, like if you, oh, I missed this 50 peso. Hey, you. LOL. And then I already went through the memberships. Oh, it's Jason Potter that got, not Josh. Frank said, feel better. Yeah, just 1 star flag. Can we stay positive? I'm always positive, 1 star. Frank is your OFW now. 1 star flag. I got a membership from Frank, and that's hilarious. LOL. I said, that's all. Yeah, I said, good morning. So Frank isn't into James and Karen. Also Ray, but drop cash in both. I see what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, and I wasn't. I hope it didn't come across as I was begging. I just thought it was funny that Frank is in here talking about Gino, and like he just went in there and just bombed with memberships. It's like, I don't like your content, but I think everybody should watch it. Frank said, whoa, that's a guapa. Stirring the pot. Yeah, I call Dazzle Shorty. What hamstrung you, sir? All kidding aside. What hamstrung me? With financial? Well, one, like when, you remember when, I don't know if you remember, when the bank, my bank locked my account. And so then I had to borrow plane ticket money from my sister to fly back to the U.S. And then, of course, I paid her back as soon as I was able to access my bank, get my money out, because I immediately closed that account. I'm like, that's some bullshit. So I closed my account, paid her back, and then paid all my bills in the Philippines, but I'm in the U.S. So, I had a limited amount of money. Like, luckily, my sister loves me, and like I was basically staying at her house for free and like eating her groceries. I contributed a little bit. I did the cooking a lot of the time. But so then I stayed there that month, and then like the next month I got my check. I went ahead and bought a plane ticket for the following month, and then paid all my bills in the Philippines, and then stayed that month, and then so that whenever I went back, like I wouldn't be plane broke. But that set me back a bit. 1 star flag. What wouldn't most men judge a girl with hand tattoos? Yup. I don't know. Like, people are like I'm not into you know, like face tattoos and hand tattoos on guys or girls. Uh, but it's some people's thing. Uh, and like, you know, if everybody was attracted to exactly the same people, there'd be a lot more wars. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, there would be a lot more Helen of Troy situations in the world if, like, everybody was all attracted to the exact same type of woman, because there's, you know, there's a limited amount of each, and um, thankfully, you know, everybody's got their own taste. Fortune in the Philippines in olden times, capital of a province became the provincial name. Okay, one star flag, case closed. Fortune, it still is now for some, like Iloilo City for Iloilo, Cebu City for Cebu. Okay, so like, what's the? Is there a Cavite City? Fortune, I can't. Fortune said in the case of Batangas, the first capital was Balayan, then it was moved to Taal, but a big eruption from Taal volcano destroyed Taal, so they decided a new capital further from the volcano. They found a new place they now call Batangas City and call the province Batangas. Okay, that good history lesson. Pot stirring, pot smoking. You were very behind, chat. Oh, okay. Pot stirrer, pot smoker. I get it now. I get it. I get it. Frank, Fortune, a new place they now call. Oh, I read that. Fortune, Rizal province was formerly called Morong, but became Rizal after he was named a hero, though he was born in Calamba, Laguna. Yeah, there's a lot of history in Cavite, as far as like the Philippines Revolution. I was into reading about that for a while. Like, I go through jags where, like, I'm all completely interested in something till I see a squirrel or something else that piques my interest. Ones are, come in here talking mess, Frank. I got $100. You wouldn't talk all that mess in front of me. Oh my goodness. Frank said, touche. Fortune, Quezon province was formerly Tayabas until Quezon became a famous president. By the way, his life story is a movie now and currently in theaters. Okay, in Philippines, let me plug in my phone, because let me go where my charger is. I'm gonna do some live streaming in the bed until I catch up with comments. Boom. All right. Let's wait. Wait. How come it's not charging? Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm at like 3%. Hopefully it'll stay up. All right. Let's see where we were. Comments. All right. Let me. Yeah, we'll put. Wait. How am I gonna do this? I gotta hold it. All right. All right. Let me get on the comments on here. Blah, 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 blah. Currently in theaters. Like, is it a Filipino movie, or like did a Filipino made movie about Quezon? Fortune, there used to be a big bus company called BLTB, Batangas Laguna Tayabas Bus Company, plying these three provinces from Manila. Okay, that would be convenient, like, because there's really, well, I guess it still wouldn't because like to get a bus like to Batangas from Tagaytay, you gotta go around the world. I'd have to go to Laguna, I guess, to catch a bus going to Batangas. Fortune, when it went under, the company was split, and from there, its ashes, one of the new companies, DLTB, that you see now. I got you. 1 star. This is why you don't hang with foreign guys. 93% are Green Berets. So funny. I don't know many Green Beret. I only know David. That's the only Green Beret I know. Frank said, "Wow, that's really interesting. I didn't realize Kazan used to be Tayabas, or that there's a movie about him out now. I'll have to check that out." And BLTB, that's a cool bit of history too. Yeah, like uh, Fortune is always coming with the knowledge. Frank throwing up the dollar signs. Fortune, Taw Lake is famous for 2 types of fishes. The more famous, Tawillis, and the other one is called Maliputo, the giant freshwater trevally. Taal is freshwater, but there's a river that links it to salt water. Fortune, Frank fell to that movie. I'm taking my wife, Doc G, two for a date in SM Bacor. Yeah, I'll have to check that movie out. 1 star. Bullshit tattoos and history. Come on, bro. Frank said, I have hand tattoos and fingers too. Not a historian here. 1 star. Fortune killed by Aguinaldo's men. Oh yeah, Kazan. Yeah, there was like a whole power struggle going on during that time. Run and be cool, Frank. Frank is being Frank. Like that's like you can only be yourself. Just like you, 1 star. Like you're uniquely who you are. Fortune. The second one is called Goyo the Gregorio del Pilar, the young general. He was defending Tired Pass in Ilocos Sur at top of the mountain versus the USA, so Aguinaldo can flee. But a native Pinoy became a traitor. Thanks so much, Fortune. And wow, killed by Aguinaldo's men. Sounds like a wild bit of history right there. Yeah, I read about it when I was in my like researching the area. Jag. Bonifacio was first, then Luna. Yeah. Frank thinks he's internet famous, goofy nerd, 25K. Any Filipina can do that. Like, I don't care how many subscribers I get. I'm gonna get the ones that I'm supposed to have. Like, that's like, it's not a, you know, it's not a dick measuring contest because y'all would lose. Fortunes. That's why even if Aguinaldo was the one who declared independence and became the first president of the new nation, he is not revered in the same level as Rizal and Bonifacio. Yeah, there was like controversy with Aguinaldo because of, he kind of viewed it to have like gotten rid of his rivals, political rivals, Like no one knows the truth. That's a wild bit of history, Fortune. I didn't know about the betrayal part. Brave to the end at Terry Pass. Amazing how much heroism and tragedy are mixed together in Philippine history. Aguinaldo run in the 1935 elections, Commonwealth versus Quezon, and lost badly. He lived until 1960. Usually heroes die during the revolution. Not him. 1 star. Frank is a joke. Hey, it makes me laugh. Like, I'm a joke too. I have my moments. Like, if I make you laugh, Frank said, that's my only problem. The goofy tattoos speak volume. Yeah, like you should do a short, Frank, and like show your tattoos and like any kind of like personal symbolism to you. Like I've got 3 tattoos. I've got, y'all see my fleur-de-lis, and then I've got my son who's died initials over my heart, and like I said, you've seen the fleur-de-lis on my arm, and then the Filipino star on my leg, Filipino sun on my leg. I guess sun is a star. I'm not putting you down 1 star. Quezon, meanwhile, was a major in the armed forces then. I think he went back to finish law in UST after the Phil-Am War, placed 4th in the 1903 bar, and became a judge and politician. Okay. Frank said, it's okay to not like me. You can be judgmental on stuff. That speaks more volumes, I'd say. 1 star. Can anyone say that goofy hand tattoos aren't a red flag? Goofy hand tattoos aren't a red flag. Like I don't judge people by like how they choose to express themselves. I said it's not for me, but just like smoking pot, like I fully support, legalization and people doing what they want to do as long as they don't harm anybody else. But it's just not for me. Not because I'm against it. I don't like it. Ryan said, I can. Male or female? Both. Yeah. Like, you like what you like. Fortune, Cavite City is not the capital of Cavite. The true capital is Imus, but it's too crowded, so Cavite made Trece Maritres the de facto capital. They have so much space there. Okay. And I'm still gonna, maybe I'll do that today. Michael C., you still here? I might come visit you over there in Trece today. I don't have shit to do today. I'll depend on like when the rain stops. I might just go wander around Trece Maritres today. Scott said, I only judge people on Thursday afternoons or Thursdays between 2 and 3:30. Frank, LOL, Scott. Gosh, I love you so much, and I love the way that you were the LGBTQ. Thank you. All right. He's not a gosh. Frank, you got a 4, LOL. I don't know what a 4 is. Scott said, gosh, don't forget the fleur-de-lis. I think that's a fleur-de-lis. I don't know. 1 star, I'm just having fun with Ray. I'm sorry I rubbed you the wrong way. Frank said, good group. Yeah, Frank will just say stuff just to be controversial. Like, if you are taking Frank seriously, yeah, that's you don't do that. Just like me, like 90% of the time, like I'm full of shit. But whenever I tell you something, uh, where I'm like people can tell. Like I think normally people can tell when people are just bullshitting and when they're being serious. And the majority of the time, Frank's just bullshitting. And he likes to get people worked up. it's a the thing is like I'm kind of immune. Like I don't get worked up. I just so that makes Frank redouble his efforts. Uh, Filipino, maybe there's subtitles. Okay, so the Kazon movie is in Filipino. All right, well, and if there's subtitles, I don't have a DVD player or anything, but maybe I can whenever it comes out on like Filipino Netflix or something, I can watch it over and over again and learn more Filipino. LOL Scott the plus. Okay, with you don't. Oh, LGBTQ plus. I can't say all that. The queer people. Uh, One star. No, Frank, you have just been too aggressive, and it is obvious. Aggressive about what? Let's tear this down and analyze. Supportive, yes. David, I am back. You got all your tubes out, David. Everything came out smoothly. Can we break it down one word at a time? Frank, LOL. Fortune said Batangas is near Tagaytay. Most buses there go to Batangas like Nasugbu, uh, Calatagan, Leon, Balayan, Limery, Ta. Yeah, I think I've seen a bus from Nasugbu. I guess what I'm saying is like like Batangas City. Like there's no, I don't think there's a direct route from like Tagaytay to Batangas City, like where the port is. Because the only time I go really to Batangas is to go to the port. I'm eventually going to go to Nasugbu just to check out the beaches, even though I'm not a beach guy. Got to make content, you know what I'm saying? Scott, hey Dave, welcome back. Frank, okay, agree, aggressive. Welcome back. Less the tubes, I hope. Hi, Scott. Supportive. Frank, why you talk mess about Ray? No, he was talking about mess about other people that I support. Just messing with me. One star said, nah. Okay, talk what mess? Specify. Yeah, because the thing with Frank and like we've had conversation, like we were gonna do like a series or a live stream where we would take maybe like a controversial subject, and I would take one side, he would take the other. Like I would take the positive of an issue, and he would take the negative, and we would have a debate. And even if we didn't believe whatever side we picked, we were just like debate shit, just to debate. David said, yes, Frank, I can go outside now. Awesome. Just be cool, no worries. Frank, I might agree with you, or I was misconstrued. I'm merely wanting to understand. I'm chatting up a storm to help his algorithm. Thanks, Frank. Donated 3 times, bought memberships. Scott, 225 comments so far. Yeah, that's awesome. Uh, David said, look, I go away for a little bit and you have more members. Yeah, Frank, I guilted Frank into gifting memberships because like he was talking shit about Gino and James, and I was like, you talk about how much you don't like their channels, but like you gave them all these memberships. Again, I suspect this aggressive might be taken out of context. Frank said, correct, Scott. Josh Wishon says hi to David. How you doing, Josh? I saw you come in. I said hi to you, but Frank said hi to Josh. Frank, sorry, 1 star. Josh said hi to Frank. David said hi to Josh. Scott, gotta run. Have a good day. Good night, day, everyone. All right, Scott. Looking forward to meeting you in, I think it's December. Penile piercings, not, but would. Yeah, me not so much. Frank said, ouch. Josh Wilson was asking Michael White where you had been. He got word the next day. Glad you're still with us. Yeah, that was a terrible thing, buddy. Later, Scott. You have a good day, Scott. Lynn, tattoo is a fashion. I agree, Lynn. Like, I'm not, big in tattoo. Like, I didn't get my first tattoo until I believe I was 40 years old, and that was my fleur de lis. And then later, my son died, and I got his initials. And then, whenever I decided to move to the Philippines full time, my niece was learning how to tattoo, and I let her practice on me. So that one has a dual meaning. That was me being supportive of my niece and, fully committing to being in the Philippines. Josh says hi to Lynn. David said hi to Lynn. Everybody saying hi to Lynn. Frank, 1 star. I'm sorry. I truly trying to help by being slightly confrontational for fun, not to hurt feelings. I knew that, Frank. And maybe, maybe I should have explained that when it was going on. I knew it was going on, and like I was playing my part as like the positive and reasonable side of the debate. Lynn, hi, Josh, wishing Dave, Jessup, Frank, and everyone. 1 star said, Ray, would you not judge an expat with goofy hand ink, especially their story, especially since everyone is a military genius? LOL. See, now you're doing it, 1 star. I know you're just trying to be controversial, but no, I don't judge anybody. And, I don't, I'm not a military genius, but like, people talk about what their experience is, and people are a genius about what they know. Like, they're not geniuses on, like, I'm not a genius on all aspect of the military, but, like how things worked on a subtender in the middle of the Cooper River in South Carolina. Yeah, I'm an expert on that. That's what I know. That's about all I know about the Navy. It's all good, 1 star. I truly appreciate even your input. Lynn, a tattoo is considered an art form because it requires artistic skill, technical precision, and creative effort to create permanent designs on the body. Susie says, I'm emotional evening. You should know why. Hope you have a blessed day. Yeah, Susie, I'll give you a call. Wait, it might be too late to give you a call. But if you need me, give me a call, Susie. And hello, Susie. Fortune. You can take 2 rides from Tagaytay to Batangas City. Go to Limery first by bus, then another to Batangas City. Okay. I appreciate that, Fortune. Like, it's good to know the route. Lynn, no direct route from Tagaytay to Batangas. Yeah. James, what's up, bruh? What's up, James? I got a brother named James. Frank says, hey to James. 1 star said, notice how Frank, shut up, LOL. Frank, and I fell for it. 25,000 subs, trash. See, I go away and miss all the fun. Yeah, David, I love to have me some trolls in here. Whether they're trolling each other or whatever, I know it's all in good fun. Again, 1 star, I haven't stopped texting yet. You make no sense. You're right on that, 1 star. I think 1 star is just in a bad mood. I'm still awaiting an explanation about what I did wrong or mess I talked. TikTok, ruffling feathers. Correct, Ray. Now I'm in trouble. LOL. Yeah, I know you're just talking shit, Frank. Anyway, 1 star for the record. Playing my part. Am I? Okay. Am I caught up in chat? I am caught up in chat. And I am, good Lord, I'm over 3 hours. That is crazy on a stick. Like, I'm at over 200 minutes of live stream chatting. As much fun as this has been. Am I fun? You're very fun, Frank. As much fun as this has been, like, I need to go do some stuff. I'm gonna call Michael. I'm gonna call Michael see what he's doing today. See if the weather's gonna hold up. I might go to Tracy today just to be somewhere else. Josh Wilson said, where is the old woman on the mountain that everyone goes to for tattoos in the Philippines? We send Ray on a mission. Yeah, though she's got like the stick, and she does the tapping tattoo. Yeah, I don't know. I might get like a couple dots from her. Like, I think that's about all the tattooing I could take. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get off here. I know I haven't talked to Lynn yet this morning. She's in the chat because she's jonesing for some FaceTime. So I need to call Lynn and give her a proper good morning. And you guys, David, glad you got the tubes out and you're able to be more mobile. Like, I hope you get released soon. Head to the Philippines. I'm rooting for you, brother. You guys, I mirror what David said. Have a great day. Have an awesome day. Who dat? I love you all.